It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, which means it's time to decorate. Christmas time is the best time to spend with family. One family member I would like to introduce you to is my father. Okay, my father isn't really Santa, but he does have similar traits to him. He loved giving gifts to his children, sometimes a little too much because he always loved to put a smile on our faces. It was his way of cheering us up whenever we had any internal or external problems. He would go ask our neighbors if they needed help setting up Christmas lights or helping them with their lawn. He always had a smile on his face whenever he came back from work. On December 5th, 2011, a police officer came to our house and told my mother that her husband was in an accident. So my mother, my brother, and I rushed to the hospital. The doctor explained that my father fell off the roof and went head first to the concrete floor. My gut reaction was shock, confusion, and scared. It was the first time I ever saw my mother cry, and the only time I ever will see it. When we went to visit him at the ICU, all I saw was so many tubes and wires just surrounding his body. That wasn't my dad. The doctor told us that he was brain dead. We decided to pull the plug on December 7th. During the funeral, I felt nothing because all the emotions came to me all at once. It was easier to feel empty than everything. The first year without him was the most challenging time because he was everyone's Santa Claus. I was able to keep my grades up, but my social life started to fall apart. I stayed away from my best friend, never joined any clubs, and if anyone wanted to be my friend, I would just walk away. I would randomly cry quietly because I never wanted to burden my mother with my sadness. She was already dealing with so much responsibility at the time that I didn't want to add one more. It took 3 years to visit my father's grave. We put new flowers, cleaned his grave, and prayed for him. That night I broke down and let everything out. I suffered in silence for so long that I had forgotten the grief. One moment that helped me with my sadness was a dream. A dream where my dad and I were on opposite sides of a small hallway inside my house. I saw him and said, "You're dead." I ran up to him and gave him the biggest hug. He said, "I know," and I replied, "I loved you." And he said, "I love you too." I know that this was a dream, not reality, but it gave me a small part of closure I needed. After that day, I began to open myself up to new experiences little by little, and slowly started to heal. I told myself that it is not the number of hours I spent with him, but instead the memories I created with him. Those memories will last forever. What kept me going is my family and my cats. I was able to reconnect with my best friend and are going to have an awesome Christmas party at my house. So every year during Thanksgiving, I would decorate the house and make small improvements each year. It was my way of giving back to them. My dad would want his family to celebrate Christmas with smiles with a side of tamales with it. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. Sure, it's Christmas.